Hi guys, Peter from Father's Rights. I would like to expose North Wales Police, Sgt Arwyn Jones, formerly of the Nottinghamshire Police Constabulary, is being demoted for some reason. We have done a Freedom of Information Act by nearly 2 or 3 ranks. He now finds himself in North Wales, Blaenau Ffestiniog. He has been actively blocking a criminal investigation. His own officer, PC or Constable Jones, lady thereof, wrote to me nearly 19 times to say that she can't progress a criminal investigation to a stolen laptop from my limited business based upon false allegations or allegations from my ex that was later found to be no further actioned. During this investigation, I even wrote to the MP and asked her to investigate. She told me and forwarded an email from the Regional Inspector of North Wales Police. That inspector, I believe, would have had to have spoken to Sgt Jones, and he did reference them on an email, saying that at no point was the investigation held up. But I refer you back to the previous slide that says it was specifically held up and that he was the one holding it up. So if you check back at the emails and look at the timestamps, apparently the investigation that is ongoing in November 2025 was actually started September 2024. That has continued to be stopped, halted, and completely ignored, as stated in the emails directly by the word of Sgt Arwyn Jones. Now, in the interim period of him stopping these ongoing investigations, he's reopened investigations, I think 2, 3, 4 times against me. There's now 5, 6, 7, I think maybe 6 or 7 times the police have tried to get me into court and have NFA'd it prior to court. There is a point where Sgt Jones needs to be asking questions as to how is he currently facing charges of misfeasance, served documents by myself at his actual police station, but yet he's still actively pursuing more and more allegations against me without evidence and even bypassing a CPS. Why is North Wales ignoring an officer, or such ignoring common sense of a public citizen, whilst taking on board an officer that's been demoted and shuffled from one police force to another? And no one's talking about this. I'm not the only person that lives around here that's been affected by this police officer. I will be the one to expose him, and the others can follow. And even with 3 years worth of documented history that Sgt Jones has opened, shut, closed, moved criminal investigations around, has been named by his own officers for breaching disclosure, his own officer for stopping a criminal investigation, just a month or 2 ago, which is the 2nd or 3rd time in 2026, I literally lost count, I can't be bothered to do it, I will be documenting all this properly, that he has had his hands involved with, is yet again another court case. This one a streamlined court case. I think it's meant to help the CPS. Instead, we were in court just the other day and I had to plead guilty or not guilty. The CPS lady herself was stood in court in front of the magistrates, who had to admit, whilst I'm in court Thursday morning, I'm not going to give away dates, etc. Thursday morning, I'm stood in court, The CPS prosecutor had to admit that they only had the disclosure sent to them on the Tuesday night and it was posted on Wednesday. Now, Sgt Jones has pulled the CPS, the courts, 2 or 3 of his own officers into breaking the law. Now, the judge could have, and if it was reasonable, probably would have and should have thrown that out. Because asking somebody to plead guilty or not guilty, what's never ever seeing any of the evidence against them, is actually wrong in itself. And this is the Crown prosecution. The Crown prosecution themselves is relying on corrupt police officers not formulating a full investigation, actively lying, under investigation by professional standards, which has taken a year in itself to get absolutely nowhere, whilst this officer tramps about and smashes me into court over and over again. Professional standards themselves has even written a letter about my complaints to the wrong address. I've asked for an address at starting 41. They wrote to 14. At what level can North Wales Police do their job? They can't investigate. They can't even look after their own people. You put in a complaint and they write to the wrong address. You get into CPS and the CPS have got it and they've actually NFA'd it 24 hours prior. So you're literally, or I have literally been sat in court with a letter from Annie Britton from North Wales Police. And this is going to be another post as well. I am sat in court because I've been summoned. So I am summoned to court. So I travel from Suffolk to North Wales after an email has been sent confirming that there are no charges to even answer. Sit in court on those horrible skanky plastic benches until 3:30 in the afternoon. Miss the afternoon with my children and then have to travel back that night to answer absolutely nothing, and nobody is held accountable. Somebody has to acknowledge that this is absolutely shocking. All of these emails are going to go up, 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 and it is shocking. I don't understand it. Is anybody else having these problems? I will document it. I will pull in all the evidence. We will blog about it. We will post it online and we will name every single one of these police officers, every single one of the police complaints. I will happily sit down and help you write, document, send. I'll send it to my own solicitor to read through, and we will then send it off to the professional standards. When they say that there's nothing to answer, we will smash every single one. We'll just document each one. We've got 6 years. We'll document every single one and send a whole case file. And we'll just smash every single one, documenting all of the issues against all of these officers in one big file. Now hit me up, log online, office@fathersrights.co.uk. This is not me on a vigilante. This is me on a what is wrong with the public sector right now.